Hello everyone, this is Mr. Swapnil Bapusai Verwade, the lecturer in Mechanical Engineering Department, Sri Institute of Technology, Polytechnic Gadrao, and I am here with the next lecture on management. In that, our chapter name is Directing and Controlling at Supervisory Level. In this, we have completed total 4 lectures on this chapter, and I am with the multiple choice questions. Okay, so this whole lecture or the two successive lectures will be on MCQs only, because our syllabus or our whole management is have an online exam, so we will largely focus on the multiple choice questions. Okay, so before going to the multiple choice question, I want to revise some points that we have covered in last 4 lectures. Okay, so our chapter is directing and controlling at supervisory level, and we have totally taken the 4 lectures. First lecture is about direction at supervisory level. In that, we have studied the needs of for direction and instructions to subordinates, and completeness and feasibilities of instructions. That that was covered in first lecture. Okay, then second lecture is covered with a personal counseling point. Personal counseling, in that we have covered the personal counseling, advanced predictions and of possible mistakes, and then second point we have covered that elaborating decisions and laying the disciplinary standards in overall working. It is covered in second lecture. Our third lecture is of managerial control. In that we have covered the point like managerial control, undertaking the team and link between various departments in respect of process and quality standards, and last in this that steps in control process. Okay, and last lecture, that is fourth lecture on it, that's controlling. Okay, so in that we have covered the controlling methods, control over the performances in respect of quality, quantity and time and cost, measuring the performances, comparing with standards and correcting the unfavorable deviations or correcting the deviations. Okay, so this is the overall view of what we had studied in last 4 lectures, and depend on that the we will have the 2 lectures on multiple choice questions, as our subject will have the online exam of total 70 marks, so we will focus majorly on the multiple choice questions, so it can be easy for you to get the syllabus or get the chapter well. Okay, so we will start with the MCQs. So the first MCQ is, or the first question is, what is meant by understanding team? We have 4 options: speciality of team, number of team members, third requirement of team, and fourth is all. As you know, we have studied the point called understanding the team. By that we can say that by understanding team we can know some things like speciality of team, requirement of team and number of team members. So the answer will be D, all. Okay, next question. Question number 2. Why understanding team is needed? We have 4 options. First, to assign teamwork. Second, to control activities of team. And third, to satisfy needs of team. And fourth is all. As we have studied this, understanding team is needed. Why? Because we can assign team to the work, we can control the activities of the team, and we can satisfy the needs of the team. So the answer will be again the D option, that is all. Okay, then question number 3. What are the benefits to supervisor of understanding team? As supervisor is the main component in understanding the whole team. Okay, then in that we have 4 options. First, to take perfect decision. Second, promotion. Third, status. And fourth, increment. Okay, see, when supervisor actually understand his team, then he can take the perfect decisions. Okay, so the option is A. And what the other 3 options are, like promotion, increments and status, are the output of the perfect decisions. Okay, as the supervisor has taken the perfect decisions, the company will get profit, and the profit will reflect in the supervisor's promotion, him increments and its status. Okay, so the correct answer is to take the perfect decision, that is option A. Okay, next 4. Due to link with maintenance department, supervisor can, we have 2 options or we have fourth option. Okay, due to link with the maintenance department, supervisor. First, can give intimation of breakdown. First option. Second option, can avoid production of stoppages. Can avoid production stoppages. C, both are correct. D, both are incorrect. You know, supervisor is a dynamic person. He must link himself with the other departments. As in this point, in this question, the question said the supervisor is connected with the linked with the maintenance department. Then what are the possibilities? Can give an intimation of breakdown. Yes, he can give intimation of the breakdown, and can avoid production stoppages. It is also right. He can avoid the production stoppages. So the correct option will be C, that is both are correct. Next, question number 5. Communication with all department is what? The options are open loop, B closed loop, C oral, and D non-verbal. See, as we have studied, the communication of supervisor with all department is like a cycle process, or it is a totally a loop, and in that we are getting a feedback also. So it is a closed loop system. So communication with all department is a closed loop system. That is option B. Okay. Then question number 6. Due to link of supervisor with stores and inventory, what will happen? We have two options. Material can be received in time, and second, accumulation of material is avoided. As you know, supervisor have link with the stores and inventory. He have some advantages of it. Okay, so we have two options, X and Y. In that, again, it is divided into four options again. Option A says X is correct, B says both are correct, C says Y is correct, D says both are wrong. So see, what are the options? Material can be received in time, correct. Accumulation of material is avoided, correct. So option B will correct, that is both are correct. Okay, next. Due to link of supervisor with quality control, we have two options, X and Y. Errors can be understood and errors can be rectified. Again, we have four options below. A, X is correct, B, both correct, C, Y is correct, D, both wrong. What will be the answer? Due to link of supervisor with the quality control department, the errors can be understood first, and then they can be rectified at the time of process itself, so that we cannot get a product with some error. Okay, so the correct answer will be B again, that is both are correct. Okay, next question number 8, that is why direction by supervisor are necessary. Why direction by supervisor are necessary? First, A, to avoid mistake, B, people get direction, C, time is saved, and D, all. As direction by supervisor can avoid the mistakes, the time will be saved, and people or the subordinates or the workers will get the direction. So option D is correct, that is all options are correct. Next, direction by supervisor cannot avoid the following problem. See, direction by supervisor is a good thing. Meanwhile, it also has some limitations. So, from these four options, you will select a limitation. Okay, because the question said supervisor cannot avoid. Okay, so the first is wastage of time, second rework, third machine capacity, D repetitive mistakes. Okay, as a supervisor, what can you control? First, I can control the wastage of time. I can control the rework of component. I can control the repetitive mistakes by the worker because I have the good understanding with the worker. So just the one case that I cannot control, that is machine capacity, because machine capacity is given by the upper management, and they have decided the which capacity of machine can we use in the industry. That cannot be controlled by the, or that cannot avoided by the supervisor. Okay, so the option C is correct. Next, question number 10. Deviation in work is possible if there is no. Deviation in work is possible if there is no. First option direction, B instruction, C control, D all. Deviation in work is possible if there is no direction, there is no instruction, there is no control. So option number D is correct, all of the above. Next, question number 11. Following are the features of complete instructions. So the question says, what is the meaning of complete instruction, or what are the properties of complete instruction? Okay, we have four options: A, instructions at proper time; B, by proper person; C, simple and clear; and D, all. So the complete instruction is the instruction which is given at a proper time, which is given by a proper person, and which is simple and clear, that can be get understood by the worker, by the subordinates, by all the workers in a company. So option D is correct. Next, instructions by supervisor should be, we have four options: it is clear, simple, on time, and specific. And for that we have total four options again. Option A and B are correct, C, D wrong. Option B, A and B wrong, C and D correct. Option C, all correct. Option D, all wrong. As you know, instruction by supervisor should be clear so that it can be understood by the worker. It is simple one. It should be on time, and it should be specifically written. It should not be as an essay. So all options are correct. So option C is correct. That is all correct. Okay. Next, question number 13. Good supervisor is not the following. Good supervisor is not the following. We have four options. First, counselor. Second, advisor. Third, mentor. Fourth, teacher. As we have seen, good supervisor is a counselor because he can counsel the worker. He is an advisor. He can advise the workers to do the work in some different way to get the good results. He can mentor the worker which is not having the good confidence, but he cannot be a teacher. Okay, so good supervisor is not the following. The option is D. He is not a teacher. Okay. Question number 14. Why counseling by supervisor is needed? Why counseling by supervisor is needed? First, we have four options. First, loss of confidence. B, dual working condition. C, need support. And D, all. See, counseling by supervisor is required or the needed when the worker lost his or her confidence, his or her need the support, and dual working condition is there. So option D is correct. That is all of the above. Question number 15. Following is not the quality of supervisor as a counselor. As we have seen this, what are the qualities of supervisor when he is counseling the workers? We have four options: emotional, B, stable, C, motivator, and D, listener. C, supervisor must handle all the workers. Okay, so he must be a stable one. Second, he must be a motivator one to motivate the workers to get a good work from the subordinates. He should be a good listener so that he can listen everyone and give a correct solution. But he cannot be emotional. Once he get emotional, the worker will get the chance to get his work done from the supervisor. Okay, so he cannot be an emotional one. Emotions are not required in industry. Okay, next, question number 16. To give future predictions, we have two options. First, understanding present is not important, and second, logical thinking is needed. See, the question is to give future predictions means you want to give a forecasting of future. So we have two options. From that again we have fourth options. Only X is correct, only Y is correct, both are correct and both are wrong. See, to do a future predictions you must clear with your present. Okay, so understanding present is not important. It is a wrong sentence because you must be clear with the present, then and only you can do a future predictions or future forecasting. Okay, so X is incorrect. Second, logical thinking is needed. It is correct one. So option B is right. That is only Y is correct. Question number 17. Future losses can be minimized by. Future losses can be minimized by future predictions. Second option is planning. Third option organizing. Last option staffing. So we have four options: future prediction, planning, organizing, and staffing. Future losses can be minimized by future predictions or by future forecasting. The option will be A. Question number 18. To avoid confusion taken by higher management, decision must be. To avoid confusion taken by the higher management, decision must be, we have four options: elaborated, second cancelled, C forced, and D reversed. Any decision taken by the higher management, if there is no confusion, we must elaborate the decision, or we must explain the decision, or we simplify the decision. So option A is correct, that we must elaborate the decision. Okay. Next, question number 19. How the decisions can be elaborated? Okay, we have four options here. First, A, by written document; B, by conducting meeting; C, by counseling; and D, all. See, we can elaborate the decision on the numbers of workers we have in the company or we have in the industry. So the first option is by a written document, when there is a number of workers are more. By conducting meeting in the department if the number of workers are less. By counseling one to one if there is a problem in between the workers. Then we can elaborate the decisions by any way, by written document, by conducting meeting, by counseling. So option D is correct, by all way. Okay. Question 20. What are not ways to lay disciplinary standards? What are the not ways to lay the disciplinary standards? We have four options. First, disciplinary actions; B, training for discipline; C, policy decisions in discipline; and D, forgiving for few times. What are the ways to get discipline? First, disciplinary action; second, training for discipline; and third, policy decision discipline. And what is not? That is forgiving for few times. If you forgive any worker for few times, then other workers will demand for a favor. Correct or not? So instead of forgiving any single worker, simply have a disciplinary action. You cannot forgive anyone in industry, so that other workers will demand for the same, demand for the favor. Okay, so option D is correct. Next, question number 21. Steps in controlling process are, as we know, we have 5 steps in controlling processes. From that, they are given 3. Okay. First, option A, setting performance standard; B, measurement of actual performance; C, comparing actual performance with standards; and D, all of the above. As you know, what are the steps in controlling processes? First, setting the performance standard; second, measurement of actual performance; then we compare both the standard and actual performance, then we get the deviation, and upon the deviation we can have the corrective action. Okay, so the option D is correct, that is all of the above. Next, 22. What is the chronology of steps in control process? Chronology means a stepwise direction. Okay, then what is the chronology of steps in control process? We have total 5 steps. From that, we have here 4 options. First, setting performance; second, comparing actual performance; third, taking corrective action; and fourth, measurement of actual performance. So what will be the first step? What will be the first step? We set the standards. So we have here option 1, that is setting the performance. Okay, so the following options from A, B, C, D, we have option A, that is 1, 4, 2, 3, B, 1, 2, 4, 3, C, 1, 3, 2, 4, and D, 2, 1, 4, 3. Okay, so we know we first set the standard, so our answer will be start with 1. So D is incorrect, just we have the 3 options. Okay, then we measure the actual performance. Okay, then the 1 must follow with the 4, so it is only in first option, so no need to go for again check 2 more options. Okay, so we can get answer in second step only. So the answer will be A, that is first point will be setting performance, second will be measurement of actual performance, third will be comparing actual performance, and fourth will be taking corrective action. Okay, next, question number 23. Out of the following, which is not the quantitative standards? Quantitative means those which are in numbers, which is not the quantitative standard, which is not. Cost will be in numbers, time will be in number, amount will be in number, relation will be in quality way. Okay, so relation is not the quantitative standard, option number C. Next, 24th. Out of which is not the qualitative standard? Qualitative means which is with the attitude of the worker or with the property of the worker. So see, qualitative, first relation is a qualitative, goodwill is a qualitative, motivation is a qualitative, time will be in number, so it is a quantitative standard. So option D is not the qualitative standard. Okay, next 25th, which is the method for measuring actual performance? Which is the method for measuring actual performance? We have four options. First, sample checking, B, counting, C, personal observation, and D, all of the above. As we know, we can measure the actual performance by all these ways. So answer will be D, that is all of the above. Next we have question number 26. Critical point control method is concerned with. Critical point control method is concerned with. We have four options. Taking corrective actions. B, measurement of actual performance. C, analyzing the deviation, and D, none of the above. Okay, so as we had studied this, the critical point control method is concerned with analyzing the deviation, that is option C. With that we also have another type, that is management by exception also. So it is also dealing with the analyzing the deviation. So option C is correct. Next, question number 27. After identifying the deviation, we have four options. A, causes are analyzed. B, actions are taken on workers. C, measurements are taken, and D, performance standards are calculated. As identify the deviations, next step we have causes are analyzed. Why the deviation has intervened or why the deviation has created. So we must find the causes are analyzed. Okay. So option will be A. Question number 28. If machinery is obsolete, then what is the corrective action? We have four options. A, do technological upgradation of machinery. B, replace it. C, sell it. D, destroy it. Okay. In a company, sell it and destroy it never happen. Okay. So always company is going to do the technological upgradation of a machinery, because it have a high cost. We cannot sell it, we cannot destroy it, we cannot replace it. We can have a technological upgradation which will be done in a low cost and which will be beneficial for the company. Okay, so the option A is correct. Now next we have question number 29. If the causes of deviation is defective process, then corrective action is. The causes of deviation is defective process, then what is the corrective action is? Corrective action will be change the specification standards. Change the specification standards. The option C is correct. Next, 30. If material used is defective, then how to correct it? We have four options. Change the material. B, cancel the process. C, take action on supplier. And D, change the quality standards of the material. Okay. If the material is defective, then we can change the quality standards of the material. So the answer is option D. Okay. Next, question number 31. If the machinery is defective, then how to take corrective action on this? We have four options. Repair the existing machine. B, sell out the machinery. C, upgrade the machinery. And D, none of the above. C. Question number 31. We have four options. In that, as our machinery is defective one, it is a defective, it is not absolute, it is defective one, so that we can have the maintenance of it, so we can repair the existing machine. Question answer A is correct. Question number 32. If physical condition of work is defective, then how to take corrective action? If the physical condition of work is defective, then how to take corrective action? First we have four options. Improvement in physical condition. B, change the operator. C, take action on architecture. And D, none of the above. Option A is correct, that is improvement in physical condition. Okay. Question number 33. For controlling organizational performance, following techniques are used. For controlling organizational performance, following techniques are used. We have four options. First, observation. B, performance evaluation. C, spot inspection. And D, all. So we have four options. C, we can control the organizational performance by following techniques, and I think observation, performance evaluation, spot inspection, all will help to control the organizational performance. So the option will be D. Question number 34. Following is not the quantitative control technique. What is the quantitative means? Quantitative means the control technique which will have the numbers or the results or the inputs output will be in the number. So go through the options. We have four options. First, ratio analysis. Second, break-even analysis. C, observation. And D, audits. As ratio analysis has the efficiency analysis, then cost analysis, debit analysis. Okay, so all these have the numbers. The break-even analysis will give you the number of product at a break-even point. So it is again with the numbers. Audits will have the internal audit, external audit. It is again deal with the financial numbers. So option C, observation. It is just observation. We doesn't have any numbers, nothing. Okay. So non the quantitative control technique is observation. So option C is correct. Next, what are the types of audits? As we know, there is an internal audit, there is an external audit, there is a management audit. So option number D, that is all of the above, is correct. So these are the some few questions on our chapter number 3. In the next lecture, we will see the more multiple choice questions. Okay. Thank you everyone. One and all. We will stop here. Okay.